The woman was on her computer when she suddenly noticed something strange. In the dead of night, her computer had received a message out of nowhere. What made it even creepier was that the message had been sent from her own phone. When she opened the message, she was absolutely stunned to find several photos of herself that had been taken without her knowledge. In that instant, a terrible sense of dread washed over her. Sure enough, when she stood up, she discovered that her front door had somehow been opened, and standing outside was the very person who had stolen her phone. But the weird thing was, when exactly had this creep managed to steal her phone? It turned out the girl was deaf, unable to hear any sounds around her, which is how her phone had ended up in the wrong hands. Terrified, Lisa bolted over and quickly deadbolted the front door. But the intruder wasn't about to let this golden opportunity slip away and immediately started looking for other ways in. Since her phone had been stolen, Lisa tried to call the police using her computer, but the intruder had already anticipated her move and cut the power at the circuit breaker, leaving Lisa's computer completely without internet. Before Lisa could even react, the intruder brazenly ran over to the window and carved a crack in the glass with a knife, as if to tell Lisa that tonight would be her last. While Lisa was trembling with fear, she was horrified to discover that the intruder had also slashed her car tires. It was clear the intruder intended to trap Lisa in this house. Seeing the intruder playing a waiting game outside, Lisa grabbed some lipstick from her purse and wrote on the glass that her boyfriend would be home any minute, warning him to get out of there. She then used a flashlight to get the intruder's attention. But when the intruder saw this, he didn't panic at all. He even took off his mask. Obviously, this guy wasn't scared one bit. Realizing she might not make it through the night, Lisa went looking for weapons to defend herself. She went to the kitchen and grabbed a knife and a hammer, then started searching for any sign of the intruder outside. When she couldn't see where the intruder had gone, Lisa quickly retreated to her bedroom and barricaded the door with a dresser. She then pulled the curtains shut and sat by the window, planning to knock him out when he showed up. What she didn't know was that the intruder was pretty smart. He had no intention of breaking in through the window and instead kept tapping on the glass. By now, Lisa was scared out of her mind. But what she never expected was that when she slowly looked toward the window, what appeared was a woman's hand. It turned out to be her next-door neighbor, who had already been brutally murdered by the intruder. That's when Lisa realized she was dealing with a psycho killer. To stay alive, she quickly left the bedroom and returned to the living room, then collapsed on the floor sobbing. But crying wasn't going to solve anything. That's when she suddenly remembered that her neighbor always kept her phone in her back pocket. So in order to get the phone and call for help, she quietly found her car keys and hit the panic button. Sure enough, the trick worked. The intruder was quickly drawn to the car by the alarm. Seeing this, Lisa rushed over to where her neighbor was, but after searching frantically, she couldn't find the neighbor's phone. Even worse, the intruder had already come back. In this critical moment, Lisa had no choice but to rush back inside. When closing the door, she caught the intruder's hand, but she was no match for his strength and the window was quickly pried open. With no other option, Lisa grabbed the hammer from the floor and swung it at the intruder, finally managing to lock the window completely shut after narrowly escaping disaster. But all this back and forth had completely enraged the intruder outside. When the intruder pulled out the neighbor's phone, Lisa realized her plan had failed again. Seeing that there was no way to escape from the first floor, Lisa quickly ran upstairs, planning to create a diversion. Without hesitation, she quietly climbed from the window onto the roof while the intruder wasn't paying attention, turned on a